Hi, my name is Tommy. This is a book about Storm Castle. Nadim's mom and dad had to go away, so Nadim came to stay at Biff and Chip's house. Nadim had a bag with all his things, but he had a big box too. What's in that big box? Asked Chip. Wait and see, said Nadim. The children went to Biff's room. Nadim had a big box. He opened it and took out his computer. Brilliant, said Chip. I've got something new. Computer games, said Nadim, but we can play with them later. I've got something else to play with. Nadim had some robots. These are great, said Kipper. I'm going to get one like this. It's my favorite. Biff and Chip had a robot too. They went to fetch it. We're going to have a great time, said Nadim. Wolf came to play. He had one of his new toys. It was a spacecraft. Biff, Wolf, and Kipper played with all the toys. Kipper said he wanted to be a robot when he grew up. You can, said Biff. People can't be robots. Chip and Nadim played on the computer. One of Nadim's new games was called Storm Castle. It looked excited. It's quite hard, said Nadim. I'll show you how to play, then you can have a go. It looks great, said Chip. Everyone watched Nadim play Storm Castle. You have to go through all the rooms, he said, but there is a danger in every room. Look, in the first room, the floor opened. You could fall through, but Nadim didn't. That was clever, said Chip. Nadim was good on the computer. He got through all the rooms safely. Chip can never go next, said Nadim. You can all have a go if you like. You're brilliant at it, said Chip. I will be very good when I have my go. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. Oh no, said Biff. I don't want the key to glow. I don't want the magic adventure. I want to play on Nadim's computer. I don't want a magic adventures either, said Chip. I think I know where it will be. Where do you think it will be? Asked Kipper. Storm Castle, said Chip. Oh no, said Wolf. I don't think we're going to like this adventure. Storm Castle is full of dangers. It's a good job Nadim is with us, said Biff. The magic didn't take them inside the castle. It took them to a desert. Storm Castle was in front of them. Why didn't the magic take us inside the castle, said Wolf. And where is Nadim, said Chip. Oh no, giant robots, said Wolf. Run for it! The children ran fast as they could. The robot ran fast, but there were a lot of them. We'll have to go into the stone castle, said Biff. Come on! The children saw a bridge. It was the only way to the castle. This is the way in, said Wilf. The robot can't get across this. I hope it's safe, said Chip. It's a long way to fall. Suddenly, the bridge began to open in the middle. Jump for it, called Chip. If you open too much, you won't get across. Biff and Kipper ran as fast as they could. Then they jumped it across. Wolf was still on the other side. The gap was getting wider and wider. Come on, Wolf, called Biff. You can do it. Run as fast as you can and jump. We'll grab you. Wolf ran and jumped. Hooray! He's made it, shouted Kipper. The gate of the castle was closing. It was getting lower and lower. The children ran as fast as they could. Chip ran to the gate and rolled under it. Come on, he shouted. We don't want to be shut out of the castle. They got under the gate just in time. Then it shut with a big, loud clang. Biff didn't like the Avengers much. It was hard work. It's not fair, she said. This is Nadim's adventure, and he's not even here. The children came to 3 doors. They didn't know which one to open. I think we should go through this one, said Wolf. This looks like a keyhole. He pushed it, the door, and began to open. Come on, let's go through, he said. The door shut, and they found themselves in a room full of mirrors. Each mirror made them look funny shaped. In one mirror, they looked fat and round. In other, they looked long and thin. In other, they had funny shaped heads. The mirror made them look so funny that they all laughed and laughed. I've got an enormous head and a little thin body, laughed Wolf. I hope we don't go looking like this, said Chip. Think what Mom and Dad would say. Kipper looked it in one mirror, but he couldn't see anything. That's funny, he said. Come and look at this mirror, everyone. It doesn't work. It isn't a mirror, laughed Chip. It's a doorway. In the doorway was a monster. Biff, Chip, and Wolf were frightened. They ran away, but Kipper didn't. He wasn't frightened at all. He had always wanted to have an adventure with the monster in it. And this monster didn't look very frightened. The monster tried to frighten Kipper. He jumped up and down and yelled, "Arr! Arr!" Kipper yelled back. "Are you frightened?" asked the monster. "Not at all," said Kipper. "I've always wanted to meet a monster like you." The monster was friendly. He told the children that they had to go through a maze. "What's a maze?" asked Kipper. The monster showed them a map of a maze. He showed them how to go through it. "Don't get lost," said the monster. The children went into the maze. Soon they came to a dead end. "I think we went wrong at last turning," said Biff. "We'll have to go back." Wolf remembered the monster's map. "I think I know which way to go," he said. "Follow me." The children came to a hole with squares on the floor. Some of the squares had numbers on them. There are doorways at the end of the hall, but it's too high in the wall. "How do we get up that door?" asked Kipper. "I wish Nadim was here," said Biff. "He'd know." The children had to cross the number and stand on the empty square. The right one would take them up to the door. The wrong one would drop them through the floor. "How do we know the right square?" asked Chip. Suddenly, Biff said, "I know which one it is." Biff began to cross the floor. "It's this way," she said. "This way, the square adds up to 6. "I don't get it," said Chip. "How do you know this is the lead to the right square?" "All the rest added up to 15, said Biff. "I still don't get it," said Chip. Biff was right. The square lifted the children up the door in the wall. Chip looked at the floor. "I see," he said. "All the squares add up to 15, whichever way you cross them. Only one way adds up to 6. Mine you don't fall," said Biff. They came to a new room. A nasty-looking robot began to thwart them. "Help!" said Kipper. "It's going to get us." The robot came closer. "That's funny," said Chip. "It's just like one of the Nadim's toys." Suddenly, Chip began to laugh. "I'm not frightened of this robot," he said. "Come on, everyone," he called. "Help me to push." He ran up to the robot and gave it a push. The others helped. The top of the robot began to open. Look who's inside, shouted Kipper. Nadim was sitting inside the robot. That was clever of you, Chip, he said. How did you know I was inside here? Because you wrote a story about this robot at school, said Chip. Well done, Chip, said everyone. The magic key glowed and the adventure was over. Nadim was sorry. It was fun being master of Storm Castle, he said. We had to go through the castle and you didn't, said Biff. You can put your computer away and we'll have a game of football. The end.